What's the grounds for a lawsuit?
Well, I'm not sure what the grounds of the LAUSD or that he would have against LAUSD, but, they have this structure where you have to have a cause, and maybe he was thinking that they didn't have sufficient cause. I'm not sure about that.
Now, the Fauché girl, as I mentioned before, kept this scrapbook, and a story I read the other day, Ricardo, is that either she or someone else handed it over to another school administrator who held on to it?
That is the testimony that came out in the prelim where Rooney calls one of the girls and says, hey, they've already searched my place now. You can take this evidence that you have our relationship and give it to this assistant dean. So contact is made and the evidence is picked up and it's stowed away.
Ricardo, what is wrong with these people, these administrators at these schools? What's wrong with them? Because, if you found out or I found out that a teenage girl was getting sexually assaulted by a teacher, you'd be screaming bloody murder to get that teacher fired, imprisoned. Why is there such an acceptance of this behavior among the administrators? It clearly doesn't bother them.
That's the $1 million question, but the also that makes it outrageous is the fact that they are under mandatory reporting laws in California. And so you and I would definitely report it, but they are under a law that they have to report it.
Right, but they don't.
Apparently not. Well, they try to report it in what's become known as a smoking gun memo that was issued in February 2007, and it was addressed to 12 employees, but not too much came after that.
But aren't they held on charges for not reporting the sexual abuse?
That's up to the district attorney. We have an excellent detective, Moses Castillo, who's just this incredibly organized and committed hardcore investigator. He's looking into that. And then we have Darcy Lamphere, the DA, who's also looking into that.
I guess you're going to wait for the criminal case to be completed, but I guess you guys are going to file some sort of claim on behalf of these girls.
Well, we have to file a claim within the 6-month period, and my partners, Philip and Robinson, are handling that.
All right, and he's in jail on $1 million.
It'd be smart to settle with you guys because there's no defense for this. This is outrageous.
It's outrageous. It's just amazing.
Yeah, but why aren't any of the administrators going to get seriously punished in any way?
I thought they sacked a couple of people, didn't they?
Well, they actually put 75 teachers just last week in non-school positions pending investigation. And last week they also put these 2 administrators on leave or on non-school positions.
Right, they've been transferred around. I mean, a little something more serious than that. Did you say 75?
What I read is that they transferred 75 teachers to non-school positions.
Out of this scandal?
Out of this scandal. They're assigned to the central office.
75 teachers knew about the sexual relationships that Rooney was having?
I don't know whether they knew, but what I read in the paper is that they have assigned 75 teachers to the central office.
There's probably no teachers left at the school then. How do
you tell me.
How do you transfer 75 teachers out of one school? All right, Ricardo. Well, we'll talk with you again.
Yeah, we appreciate talking to you. Ricardo Antonio Perez is with the law firm representing all 3 of the girls who had a sexual relationship, some of them forcibly, with this former assistant middle school principal, Stephen Thomas Rooney. This is a really ugly black mark on the LA Unified School District. The toll-free number is 1-800-5201-KFI.
On the John and Ken Show on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.